All right. So welcome everyone. This is the semi-final of the open category of the Nexus Biz Quiz. We had a common preliminary round of 35 questions to be answered in 35 minutes on our quiz platform. And we had 70 participants from across the country taking the quiz, split between the open and the college categories. The format we have is two separate semifinals for the top 9 qualifiers from each category. One of the participants is unable to join us today, so we have the top 8 from the open category. From this semifinal, 4 of you will go through to the final. And similarly, there is immediately following this is the college semifinal, from where again 4 people will go through. In the finale, the top 4 open, the top 4 college will compete, but prizes will be in 2 separate tracks, right? So there is totally 4,000 rupees worth of prizes, 2,000 rupees worth of prizes for the open category and 2,000 for the college category. So if you are in the final, you definitely are assured of winning yourself a prize. So remember, in this quiz, you do not need to win. There are no special, there's no extra trophy that you'll get, like you'll get in some other business quiz for winning a regional round or something, right? You will just be in the final. That's about it. So whether you finish first or fourth, points from the prelims have not been carried forward, and points from this quiz are not being carried forward into the final either, right? And I have members of Team Nexus over here on the call, who most of you are familiar with. Our content head Rishi Verma, our sales head Vijay, and 2 of our dynamic content team members, Hatim and Venkat, who will be keeping score. So pretty much the entire company is on the call, barring 2 people. All right. If we had had a couple of more people, we could have done a quiz between Team Nexus and the rest of the open qualifiers, I think. Okay. So we will be doing the quiz in alphabetical order. So the order is as follows. Ajay Parshuraman will be contestant number 1. Arun TP will be contestant number 2. Jayakantan R will be contestant number 3. Ravi Shankar Saha will be 4. Ramesh Natarajan will be 5. Setu Madhavan will be 6. Subrata Das will be 7. And Sushmit Patodia will be 8. All right. So I am going to now share my screen. And please confirm that you are able to see it clearly. All right. Screen is visible for everyone, I presume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Vedant.
All right. Please stay on mute unless it is your turn to answer, right? And please don't leave the screen of the video call to step away, etc. In between rounds, if you want to take breaks to pick up, chai or whatever, you can do all that. But while a round is on or while the questions are on, please don't step away. Please don't have anybody else come into the video frame. And please please stay on mute, like I said, unless it's your turn. And please keep your hands clearly in front of you, in front of camera all the time.
May I ask how long will this?
It is 27 questions, so we expect to conclude in an hour and 15 minutes or so. Probably much faster, given that you guys will all answer everything very quickly, I think. So it could even be much faster if that happens. Yeah. I just adjust my frame slightly. All right. Okay, so let's go on. So the quiz, of course, is a research brought to you by Nexus Consulting. I think all of you are familiar with us. For those of you watching this on our YouTube channel, we are a Bangalore-based knowledge company. Please look us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We also have a weekly web series called The Road Less Taken on YouTube, where we are in conversation with personalities who've made unconventional career choices and succeeded at them. We are, of course, best known for conducting a lot of quizzes, which we do across the country in digital formats these days. And my name is Venki. I'm going to be your quiz master for today. Let's quickly see the rules. This is the design of the quiz. 3 rounds in this quiz, 27 questions. So we'd assume 9 participants. So no bounce in rounds 1 and 3. It will just go on infinite bounce. Top 4 contestants qualify. Like I said, prizes for all finalists. So your goal should be to finish somewhere in the top 4 today. And please have your video on and hands in front of camera at all times. Okay, so clockwise 9 questions, a special round of 9 questions, and anti-clockwise 9 questions, right? In the special round, there will be a small element of pounds probably, and that you can, we will tell you the rules about it. Rishi, you're going to stay on the call, right, throughout?
Yeah, I'll be on the call.
Okay, so people can pounce to Rishi for those answers. All right, let's go to the clockwise round. 9 questions. We'll start with Ajay and move clockwise. And infinite bounds, plus 10, no negatives, and part points were applicable. Okay, Ajay, here is question number 1 of the Nexus Biz Quiz Open Semi-Final to you.
Okay.
Scotch whisky distilleries were among the many businesses forced to shut shop during World War II. However, immediately after the war, they were reopened with active encouragement from the British government. So much so, in fact, that bread was rationed to ensure supply of grains for the distilleries. Why was this unprecedented move taken? That they actually rationed bread and made sure that grain supply to distilleries was uninterrupted. Just a line of explanation will do in the answer. We are not looking for any proper nouns over here.
So my guess is that where they used to sort of sanitize the wounds and things like that. So basically alcohol content to rub over the wounds to ensure there is no germs and, to kill as an antiseptic.
As an antiseptic. So you're saying that is why these were in demand. Nice guess. Not correct though. So we'll pass you on to Arun.
This is because alcohol is like hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid is one of the major chemical components of industry. So they need alcohol for.
So they needed this for other industries to get components. Is that what you're saying? Okay, we'll have to pass you on that to Jayakantan.
Okay, I'll say this is something to do with. This is during the war or after the war?
We said immediately after the war. That's what the question says.
After the war, okay. See, penicillin had been discovered, and they needed. They were repurposing whatever the factory output to make penicillin. So I think the manufacture of penicillin distilleries were being utilized.
Okay, distilleries utilized to manufacture penicillin. All right.
So the existing process they were converted to make penicillin and other things like that.
Understood. Understood.
So running them became a necessity.
Not quite. Not quite. Passing you on to Rabi.
I will say guess would be to boost the public morale. So during that time, the morale of the people the country was low. So you give them whiskey to cheer up and
drink to boost up their morale. Excellent guess. I wish I could give points for that. That is the use case that a lot of us put it to, but that's not the answer over here. We'll pass you on to Ramesh.
Yeah, so I'll say it's the opposite of social distancing, right? They wanted people to go, they wanted to mobilize the economy, get people to come out, start purchasing things. As part of that, the pubs were reopened. And so they actively wanted people after the war to come and socialize, right? So that was the objective.
The reverse of social distancing, they wanted people to come together. Very interesting, very interesting guess. The answer we have is much more, prosaic than all these nice guesses y'all are taking. Setu?
So this is a cheaper option that they wanted. So instead of Scotch whiskey, so I think the grains were being supplied to make beer.
To make beer? No, that's not what the question says. We are asking why the Scotch whiskey distilleries were prioritized. Okay, we go to the reigning national champion, Subrata Das.
I think that it is because that there is a much more taxation on whiskey. So after the World War, there was a worldwide recession, especially in Britain, and they wanted money for the as revenue generation, right? Because they wanted to get money for this. So that is why. And since alcohol had one of the higher tax rates than bread and everything else, they basically encouraged more whiskey because it would generate more revenue for the basically your revenue service department.
It would generate more revenue. How? You're saying through higher taxation.
For higher taxation, yeah, because it has higher taxation. Yeah.
Got it. Passing you on to Susmit.
Some part of the output of the distillery was used to make the bread itself.
To make the bread itself. No, the bread part is just an incidental clue over here. That's not the core to the answer. So nobody got that one. I think Subrata came the closest, right, in terms of getting the revenue angle correct. So it's a very simple thing. Britain was heavily in debt and Scotch whisky was in demand around the world, right? So this could become their big export and it could bring in very valuable and needed foreign currency for them. So it was a revenue angle, but not taxation and internal revenue, but it was more to bring in foreign exchange and foreign revenue. And there's a nice cartoon for you to look at and live by. All right, nobody gets that one. We're off to a bit of a stormy start, but I'm sure it'll pick up. Question number 2 now goes to Arun. Arun, when Facebook introduced this app, logo shown here, to take on the existing upstart, everyone predicted a quick demise for the latter. The founder, wanting to put on a brave public face, suggested that they put out a statement that said simply, "Welcome Facebook, seriously." So which app was this that Facebook introduced? And who was the incumbent upstart that it was targeted at? And what was the statement they put out to an homage to? So they put out a statement which was titled, "Welcome Facebook, seriously." So that statement was a kind of tribute to something else that had happened many years prior. Arun, this is your direct. The 6 and the 4 in brackets are only the number of points, so it's not number of letters or anything. Don't get misled by that. It's just how we'll split the points. 3 points for telling us what this app is, 3 points for telling us what it was targeted at, and 4 points for telling us what the statement was an homage to.
This is like Facebook Next, and so the app I'm going to say is Facebook Next, and it was targeted at like it's basically like you can tell, you being a customer can tell somebody else to advise what to buy.
Okay.
And,
okay. All right.
Peer-to-peer advertisement platform.
Okay. Okay.
The statement how much to. Facebook has tried to buy them before, and so they said.
So that was saying welcome Facebook. All right, nice guess. Not correct. Jayakanthan?
Okay, so this is the statement is a thing which Apple did when PC was introduced. They released a full page ad which said "Welcome IBM seriously" when IBM announced the PC.
Okay.
And they had finally a competition to Macintosh and everything.
Right.
This particular app, this icon is the exact icon of the app which Facebook introduced it.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
The logo as it should.
Okay. I'll say this is a competitor to some kind of a competitor to Snapchat.
Okay.
And this is an app which, not sure. Lasso, I'm not sure.
Lasso. All right.
Lasso, Snapchat, and basically
Lasso,
Apple.
Snapchat, IBM and Apple. All right. Got it?
Correct. Yeah.
Rabi?
So I will stick to the statement part. So this is Apple and IBM was mocking each other. So the upstart app, I will say Reddit. And
Reddit, okay.
Yeah, so this is Facebook's targeting their IMA something, that part of the Reddit or not.
Okay.
So that's
okay. Passing you to Ramesh.
Yeah, the second part, I'll retain the same answer. The first one, I'll say, is it something to do with maps kind of an app? Because this is like pointing in a direction, right? So
yes, nothing to do with maps. Setu?
Okay, second part, Apple, IBM. The first one, I'll say Snapchat, and it's poke, right?
That's the right answer. That gets you your full 10 points. It's poke and Snapchat. And Apple's ad targeted, of course, at IBM, which JK perfectly explained. So Jayakanthan gets 7 points and Setu gets the full 10 points. Okay. Who was scoring? You got that? Venkat Hatham?
Yes, got it. I'm scoring and it's not.
7 to JK, 10 to Setu. Question direct to Subrata. One of the most successful and enduring brand partnerships in history almost never took off. In 1997, as the American company was mulling a relaunch of one of their most iconic movie series, they were looking for partners, and this European company was an obvious one. However, conservative voices of the European company were horrified. How could they link with a brand that literally was about battle? Finally, the company's CEO, a huge fan, simply overruled his executives, and the partnership came about. So tell me what partnership we're talking about. Okay, so we are talking about, as the question says, a European company and an iconic movie series.
Yeah, so basically the iconic movie series is Star Wars,
Okay.
right? And the company is basically the cup company, right? Which was named after the it was I think it was named after the hero of Star Wars, right? I mean, his nickname, right? Surname, right? I mean, but I'm forgetting the surname of the Star Wars guy. It's the cup company, and basically it is between the cup company and the Star Wars thing, and it was the company's name was same as the it's called, I think, One or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got your answer. We'll pass you on to Susmit. Susmit, do you have a guess? Please unmute yourself.
Star Wars and Ford.
Star Wars and
Ford.
Ford. Okay, Star Wars and Ford. Passing you to Ajay.
I'll take a different guess and say Toy Story and Mattel.
Toy Story and Mattel. Okay, passing you to Arun.
I'm going to say Star Wars and Mattel because Star Wars is.
Star Wars and Mattel. Okay, I will pass you on to.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
If, somebody is not muted, I think.
Yeah, Arun, can you please mute?
Yeah, this is Lego and Star Wars.
That's it. As simple as that. It's Lego and Star Wars, right? It's Lego and Star Wars. It's the Lego Star Wars partnership. So 10 points to JK on Lego and Star Wars. Rishi, are we giving part points on this?
Yeah, you can take a call on part points.
Okay, we'll give part points. So we'll give 5 points to Subrata for getting the Star Wars part correct. It was as simple as Lego and Star Wars. So 5 to Subrata and 10 to JK. Question direct to Ravi. Okay, Ravi, your question coming up. It's ironic that the birth of this brand traces its origin to a time when India had to pledge tons of gold to maintain its economy. They almost didn't do it, as in this company was almost not formed. A granite business was considered instead because of the huge demand in Japan for Indian granite. Thankfully, as the founder said, the idea was speedily buried. The reason for starting up was simple. World over, at the premium end of the market, jewelers were also watchmakers and vice versa. So which brand is this? And what was the Indian granite needed for?
So brand, I have a guess. Okay, that is Tanix.
Okay.
When Tata's launched it, because that is what Bhaskar Bhatt said in some of the interview, they had mold. Okay. And I had to take a guess on the Indian granite needed for.
Yes.
So they wanted that to be used on all those Taj hotels, okay, to give it most luxurious looks and things. So
no, just read the question. It says it was for the huge demand in Japan for Indian granite.
okay.
Yeah. So the question is, what was the Indian granite needed for?
In Japan, you said. So that may be to make some crematoriums, okay, tribute to the dead peoples in those Japanese.
That's good enough. We'll give you the points. It was to make tombstones. So the Tatas were seriously considering getting into the granite business because there was huge demand from Japan apparently for Indian granite to make tombstones, right? But they finally decided to go into and start Tanishq to kind of integrate with the Titan business. So well done, Ravi. That gets you the full 10 points. Question direct now to Ramesh. Ramesh, among the names suggested for this company were Gorur Dash, Sam Dash after an early employee, and Garden Dash because the company was based in Bangalore. Interestingly, one of the rejected names was dash dash, and not to the founder's investments in a particular industry concentrated around Mysore. That same set of two blanks, dash dash, is a famous brand in the same space from East Asia. So which company's potential original names were these, and what was the rejected name? The rejected name is a famous brand in the same space from East Asia. And length of blanks are indicative throughout. So that should help you make some guesses. This question's for Ramesh Natarajan. So there are several clues for you. One is that this brand or this was whatever this company was based in Bangalore. The second is that this rejected name was because the founder had invested in a particular industry that's concentrated around Mysore. I would say that's a very good clue. If you can use that and work out the second part, then you should be able to automatically work out the first part. Think of Mysore, think of what industries. So think of what could fit there.
Is it something to do with tiger balm and again some balm? So I'll go with Zandu balm.
Tiger balm and Zandu balm. Okay, we will pass you on that to Setu.
So the industry, I'll say it is silk.
Okay.
So Mysore silk, and obviously the blank is silk. And the rejected names, famous brand, in other sense, I'll say Thai silk.
Thai silk. All right. Subrata?
Yeah, so I am also going after silk only, and as in Mysore silk and everything else, or in particular industry. So I'm guessing that the East Asian brand itself is called Mysore silk only, and the company is Tata, and they wanted to go with Tanera and all of that.
Yes, yes. There are other companies other than Tata on which we can ask questions. So, passing on to Susmit.
Anything to do with sandal?
Sandal.
And Bata.
Bata and sandal. Okay, no. Not that sandal either. All right. Ajay?
I'll say oil.
Oil.
So axe oil.
Axe oil. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting guesses by people. Half of it made up, real. Okay, Arun?
I'm just going to guess the rejected name is Sun and Silk. So Sun Silk.
Oh, Sun and Silk, Sun Silk. All right. And
I'm just guessing that company. I'll go with what's it as Tata.
Okay, Tata. All right. We'll pass to JK.
Hey, I'll go on a different track. Guru is the family name of this guy, Captain Gopinath.
Okay.
That's how with initials is thing. GR Gopinath or something. So I'm guessing this is Air Deccan, and Silk Air is a rejected name.
Perfect answer, JK. Absolutely right. Beautifully worked out. This is Air Deccan or Deccan Aviation. The original names were Sam Air, Gorur Air. Like he said, Captain GR Gopinath, the family name is Gorur, and Bangalore Air. And they also wanted to go with Silk Air because Gopinath had made investments in the silk industry in Mysore. Silk Air, of course, is a well-known brand of subsidiary of Singapore Airlines. Great answer, JK. 10 points to you. Well done. Question comes back now to Ravi. Okay, one of the lesser noted victims of the COVID-19 pandemic in the US has been members of this highly regulated industry. They claim over 10 million clients, most of whom are not stepping out of their houses anytime now. Most of the companies in this space have been around for generations and have built expertise in recruiting and training workers. When I say workers, just take it loosely. It doesn't mean factory workers or anything. Training personnel. If nothing is done, experts predict that when things come back to normal, parents are in for a hell of a ride. Just tell us which industry this is or what is the service they offer, product stroke service they offer. So they have 10 million clients, over 10 million clients, but none of them are stepping out of their houses anytime now. And this industry is very highly regulated and carefully watched in the US. And companies in the space have built specialist expertise by training, the personnel involved in this industry for many years. And there's a nice little clue in the last line of the question. So the question is with Ravi Shankar Saha.
Yeah, so I will say babysitters.
Nice guess. Passing you on to Ramesh. Ramesh, you have a guess?
Yeah. I think it's wrong, but anyway, I'll go for it. So it's the amusement park industry.
Amusement park industry. Nice guess. Passing you to Setu.
I'll pass this.
Take a guess. Don't pass. There's no next. Just make a guess.
These are nannies, maids.
Nannies. Nice guess again. Not nannies. Subrata?
I'm also going at nanny route, so but I'm not saying nannies, right? Because that is already gone. So I'm saying creche, right, where babies basically stay. But right now they're not going out and they're at homes.
Yeah, doubtlessly a chain of creches started by the Tatas, I'm sure. Passing on to Susmit.
This is tutorials.
Tutorials. Okay. Nice guess again. Not tutorials. Ajay?
Okay, just some clarification. When you mean if nothing is done, what do you mean?
I am not going to clarify anything more.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are helper dogs.
Helper dogs. Okay. All right.
For kids and kids who suffer from like disorders and things like that.
Disorders. Okay. Very interesting guesses. Arun?
So since everybody has said nannies already, I'm just going to guess like these are people who train people how to drive.
Okay. Like driving school instructors like that.
Instructors, yes.
Very interesting. All right. Back all the way to Jayakanthan once again.
Don't really have a guess. I'll say it's something to do with because you said hell of a ride and all that. It's something to do with horse riding. People who teach therapy animals, horses, and all.
Riding. Okay. Not that. Nothing so complicated. A lot of you got onto the right track that the 10 million clients are indeed kids, but it's not nannies or helpers or workers or whatever. These are people who run school buses or school vans, right? So it's fairly regulated there. The drivers and the people accompanying the kids in school buses and school vans, etc., need to be very specifically trained and certified and so on. And that's why it said hell of a ride, because if this industry doesn't revive, then parents are going to face huge issues and probably costs will shoot through the roof as well. Okay, so no one gets that one, but I hope you guys like that question. That was Rabi's direct. We'll go to Ramesh Natarajan for the next direct. Ramesh, Dash's Coffee Roasting Company is an American company established in Missouri in 1994. Since 2000, the company's logos have included goats. The one here is the current logo from the latest redesign in 2014. To fill in the blank, also explain the funda behind the jumping goat logo. Why do they have a goat on their logo? Here is a visual. Right. So Ramesh, tell us what is the name of this company and why do they have a goat in their logo?
I'm going to say Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And because he's the GOAT.
Good. I would have, I was waiting for which sportsman you'll pick. You picked Michael Jordan. All right. It's nothing to do with that GOAT. Okay, Setu?
This is Kaldi's Coffee.
Okay.
That's the blank. And the funda behind the jumping goat logo is I'll say energy. I mean,
Energy,
energy. So
not energy. Subrata?
Okay, so this is Caldays coffee, and I have a different funda for the goat. And the goat funda is that basically coffee was originally discovered when a goat had climbed on that tree and eaten that coffee beans and all of that, right? So and there was a shepherd sitting on bottom who then discovered that the goat was behaving differently, and that is how they discovered the coffee beans in Yemen and everything. So
Fantastically done. Take your 10 points. Absolutely right. So it is Kaldi's coffee, and Kaldi was the name of the legendary Ethiopian goat herd who discovered the coffee plant when his goats consumed the coffee berries and started dancing. Well done. 5 points to Setu and 10 points to Subrata on this. Nicely done. All right. And we go on to Susmit for the next question, which is the penultimate question of the round. In 2012, this brand wanted to do a campaign that focused on Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Jharkhand. However, TV penetration wasn't great, and the less said about the electricity, the better. So they ran an ad on radio requesting listeners to do one thing: blank blank कीजिए, मुस्कुराते रहिए. So within months, they had 5 million hits from lakhs of households, leading to excellent brand recall among the population. So which brand did this, and what did they ask people to do? And since it's fairly vague around which brand it is, I will just tell you that it is a brand that falls broadly under the home care category, right? Broadly under the home care category from one of India's leading FMCG companies.
Whose question is this, Venki?
Smith's question. What do they ask people to do or fill in the blanks? And which brand is this? It's a home care brand from one of India's top FMCG firms.
दाग हमें दीजिए मुस्कुराते रहिए.
Okay. And brand?
Surf.
दाग हमें दीजिए मुस्कुराते रहिए and surf. Nice guess, but the copywriters thought otherwise. So we'll move on to Ajay.
The second part is missed call.
Okay.
First part I think is active.
Active what?
Active powder.
Can you better your answer a little bit?
Active wheel.
Yes, that's good enough. Active wheel is correct. This is active wheel powder and missed call DJ. So that was one way that they could immediately. So while there was no electricity, very poor TV penetration, research found that every household had at least one, if not more, mobile phones. And so they would give a missed call. And the reason to say muskurate rahiye was once they gave a missed call, they would get a call back and there would be these snippets of funny, conversational dialogues that these consumers could hear, right? And that could kind of lighten up their lives. Nicely cracked, Ajay. Well done. 10 points to you. Last question of this round goes to Arun. Arun, should be simple one. Robert McCulloch, an enterprising businessman, made an interesting purchase of something originally made in the 1830s. He made this purchase in 1967. The individual items that this was made of were numbered and then transported across the Atlantic. In 1971, it found its new place where it has not displayed any signs of collapsing. What did he buy? And what is the new location? For the new location, if you give me a very specific answer, it's fine. Or at least tell me a slightly broader answer. So don't give me a country name. Tell me at least so don't say India, at least say Karnataka. If you specifically know that it is, say, Bidar, you can say that. So he bought something. It was a very interesting purchase because it's not something that you think anybody would be actually able to buy. But he actually bought something which was originally made in the 1830s. Now the word made has to be taken very loosely over here. The individual items were numbered and then they were transported across the Atlantic. That should be another clue. Your other clue, which is our attempt at a little bit of wordplay, is that it found its new place where it has not displayed any signs of collapsing. So Arun, what did he buy? For that two-word answer, and what is the new location?
So I'm guessing some part of the Wall Street wall went back to England and it came back.
All right.
That's what he bought, and the new location is somewhere in New York. I'm not sure.
Somewhere in New York. Okay. Very nice guess. JK?
Okay, I'll say this is the London Bridge. London Bridge is falling down and all that. Okay. And second part, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Okay. Passing you to Rabi.
So I'll stick to London Bridge, and the new location I will say it's somewhere in the Middle East.
Somewhere in the Middle East. All right.
Yeah.
Ramesh?
I'll stick to London Bridge and I'll say Manhattan.
Manhattan. Okay. Setu?
London Bridge and Lake. I'm just guessing it's some Lake Ontario.
Lake Ontario. Okay. Nice thinking. Subrato?
Yeah, it's London Bridge and it's Lake Havasu in Arizona. That's
Perfect answer, Subrato. Well done. It is London Bridge. It's in Lake Havasu City in Arizona. That is the right answer. I thought it's a bit of a no, don't know, might be a toughie, but well done. 5 points to JK and 10 points to Subrato on this one. And at the end of the first round, can we have the scores?
All right. So Ajay is at 10. Arun has an opener's account. JK is at 32. Rabi is at 10. Ramesh hasn't scored yet. Setu is at 15. Subrata is at 25. And Susmit is to score.
Okay. So we have JK at 32, Subrata at 25, Setu at 15. We have a few people on 10 and a couple of people yet to open their accounts. No problem. I think that will get rectified pretty soon. So let me resume sharing my screen. All right. So so this next round is called Entertainment Special. It's essentially questions from the world of entertainment which have a business connect in some sense, right? And we have one direct here to each person, okay? Starting in ascending order of scores. Only if they don't get it, right? So on your own direct, it's plus 10, 0. Each question has 2 parts. So I will give you your plus 10 only if I hear the answer to both parts. If you have given one part right, I won't say it then and there, right? But we'll open it out then on the pounce to the others for plus 10, minus 5. You have to pounce to Rishi, okay? And we will be very quick, as in we will exactly have 10 seconds for you to pounce, because the question will be open and the person whose direct it is will have enough time to have given a guess and so on. But the pounce implies...
So pounce over WhatsApp?
Pounce over Zoom chat to Rishi.
Okay.
Okay. Please make sure you don't do a pounce to everyone. Go to the Zoom chat and then, pick Rishi's name from that and pounce only to him. Rishi, you're okay with that, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So we will start in ascending order of scores. So we will give the first question, therefore, to Arun. Arun, here's your question. Who is this making a cameo in a 1996 biographical film about a media mogul, and which film? He's playing the role of a judge. Who is this making a cameo in a 1996 biographical film about a media mogul, and which film is this?
Sorry to interrupt. For pounds, you need both the parts.
Yes, in pounds, I'm glad you clarified. There are no part pounces. In pounds, we need both parts. If a part is right and a part is wrong, you still get a minus 5. So don't pounce unless you're sure of both parts. Okay, so this is Arun TP's question. Who is this real life person making a cameo in a 1996 biographical film about a media mogul, and which film is it?
So the pounce technically opens only after the...
Yes, it opens only after Arun makes a guess.
There is no need to pounce right.
There's no need to pounce right now. There's no need to pounce right now. We'll open a time window for the pounds once Arun makes a guess.
I'm just going to say this is Harry Flint versus the state, and this is Harry Flint.
Sorry, can you just say that again?
Harry Flint versus the state. I'm not sure of the entire exact name, but this is Harry Flint and Harry Flint versus state. So he's acting in a movie about Hustler magazine. So
I'm just gonna ask you to, think through your answer one more time and give me a final answer. Please give me precise names.
Harry Flint is the cameo guy. He's acting in a
You're
movie.
saying Harry Flint, right?
The movie is Harry Flint versus the state. I think it's about the Hustler magazine's problems with the United States government censorship.
Okay. I will have to very reluctantly move that to the pounds for the others. +10, -5. But we need you to get the name of the film exactly right on pounds. Okay. So pounds is open now. I'll keep it open for exactly 10 seconds.
Rishi, could you clarify if you have received the pounds?
And guys, when you're pouncing, please append your name to the pounds, because in Zoom it doesn't come through very clearly in terms of who has pounced. So please append your name and then write your answer.
It's actually okay, Venki, because it's coming name.
Okay.
It's okay.
Perfect. Okay, then it's fine. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We gave you nearly 30 seconds. Pounds is closed. Rishi, I presume you've got all the pounces?
I have all the bounces.
Okay. So the answer, Arun, is, and I'm going to be generous, Arun, and I'm going to give you 5 points. It's not Harry Flint. The person's name is Larry Flint. Okay, that's why I asked you to clarify. Okay, it's Larry Flint. This is indeed the real life Larry Flint making a cameo in The People versus Larry Flint, where Woody Harrelson plays the role of Larry Flint. Okay, you could have taken all the 10 there, but I'm going to be generous since you gave me all the funda, etc. I'll give you 5 points. And Rishi, can you give us points in the pounds, please?
10 to Sedu.
Okay.
10 to Ajay.
Okay.
10 to Ramesh.
Okay.
10 to Subrata.
Okay.
10 to JK.
All right.
And 10 to Sushmit.
Sushmit. So only Rabi didn't go for this question, it looks like. Okay. All right. Good. Next goes to Ramesh, because he had also not opened his account before this question. So Ramesh, your question. Okay, simple one for you, Ramesh. Identify the actor on the left in glasses and the real life person he is portraying. Don't need you to identify the film. Just tell me the actor and the real life person from the world of business that he is portraying.
Should I go for it?
Yeah, go for it, Ramesh. It's yours. Go for it.
Okay. This is Justin Timberlake and Sean Fanning.
Justin Timberlake and?
Sean Fanning.
All right. Okay. Opening it out on the pounds.
Can you go back to the question, Venki?
Question is nothing. Who's the actor? Who's the person he's playing?
Oh.
Pounds is open. Please pounds to Rishi. Okay, going to close pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pounds is closed. Ramesh, now I think you got what the answer is.
Sean Parker.
It's Sean Parker. You went for the wrong Sean of Napster. It's Justin Timberlake playing Sean Parker. So you get 5 points for Justin Timberlake. All right. And on the pounds, Rishi?
10 to Ajay.
10 to Ajay.
10 to Subrata.
Right.
10 to JK.
Right. That's it?
10 to Setu, right?
10 to Setu. Setu, did you pounce?
Yes, Venki, I did bounce.
Yeah, okay. 10 to Setu. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay. So the next question now goes to, I think at the end of the first round, Sushmit had not opened his account. So Sushmit, your question. What is the profession of the lead actor Fred McMurray in this iconic 1944 noir film? Also identify the film with a two-word title. The title is a term used in the industry in which McMurray works. Here is a still from the film. It's considered one of the iconic films of all time in the noir genre. And this is the actor Fred McMurray. You don't have to tell me the character's name. The character name is Walter something. But you just tell me what is his profession or which industry does he work in and what is the name of the film.
This is related to insurance.
Okay.
The movie is Indemnity in.
Since I already said it before, I'll say it again. It's a two-word title.
I'll go with the clue of two. Double indemnity.
That's the right answer. Well pulled out on time. Yes, it is indeed double indemnity, and he's an insurance salesman, right? So double indemnity is a standard clause in the world of insurance. So well done, Sushmit. 10 points to you. Nicely done. And at the end of the first round, we had Ajay and Rabi both on 10, correct? So I think we'll give the question to Ajay then in alphabetical order. So Ajay, your question. Okay, identify the 2013 biographical film and the real life character played by Gilles Mathé, whom you see in the white shirt. Giles Mathé or Gilles Mathé, the character on the right here. The film has a one-word title. It's a biographical film, the one-word title. Ignore the person in the brown shirt on the left seated there. He is neither the actor nor the role is prominent, but the person on the right, the actor's name is Giles Mathé, is playing a very iconic real life character. If you get what the film is or who the film is about, you should be able to make a very good guess on who this character is or who the real life person is. Yes, Ajay Parshuraman, strong end quizzer.
Not today, not today. Biographical film.
It's a 2013 biographical film.
I believe I think I was planning to do a movies quiz, so perhaps
exactly.
International movies.
This movie is as international as it gets. It's not a Tamil movie for sure. So.
No, I'll just guess. This is called Jobs.
Okay.
And it is about
who is Giles Mathé playing?
Katzenberg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Open on the pounce. 20 seconds for everybody to pounce. If you're pouncing, please give two answers. What's the name of the film and what's the name of the character he's playing? Name of the character, surname will do. Right. Few more seconds. It will close. Closing the pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, pounds is closed. Ajay, you get yourself 5 points for saying Jobs, which is correct. Having gotten to Jobs, I think you should have figured out the character. If you look at all of the elements around him and what.
Pixar.
It is Jonathan Ive, the designer. It is Jonathan Ive, the designer. So Giles Mathé is playing Jonathan Ive. So you could see a lot of like elements of design around him. That's why we picked this picture. So 5 points to Ajay. This round is helping everybody score. That's good. And on the pounds, Rishi?
10 to Ramesh.
Well done, Ramesh.
10 to Subrata.
Well done.
10 to Setu.
Well done.
10 to JK.
Well done.
Susmit's half the answer came in right after your answer was given. So
after I gave the answer or while I was giving it?
After you started giving the answer.
I gave before the critical answer.
It's okay. We'll believe in him and give him the points in this case. So it's okay. Did he write both I-1 jobs finally?
Yeah, he's written both.
Okay, fine. Give him the points. It's okay. And that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. We next go to Rabi, who had 10 points in the previous round. So, Rabi, your question coming up. You got the dead sitter of the quiz. Identify the actor, the real life character he's playing, and name the film.
This is Guru, the movie Guru, and Ramnath Goenka.
And the actor?
Actor is Mithun Chakraborty.
Of course, I know it's kind of too easy to ask, but anyway, luck of the draw, take your 10 points. This is Mithun Chakraborty playing a character modeled on Ramnath Goenka in Mani Ratnam's Guru. 10 points to Rabi, simple and straight. Well done. Next question goes to Setu, I think, right? Setu was on 15 at the end of last round. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Setu, your question coming up. Okay. Identify this iconic sales movie from 1992. And you can see the character of Alec Baldwin on screen talking about a sales mantra, as it's called, ABC. What does ABC expand to? Even today, like this is something that is told to you if you're a sales guy, saying concentrate or focus on ABC. And of course, if you've seen this movie, you'll definitely, very likely, you'll remember.
So the movie is, I think, is Glengarry Glen Ross.
Okay.
And always bring clients.
Always bring clients. Nice one. Okay, open on the pounds to the others. Anyone pouncing? Okay, closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pounds is closed. Again, Setu, take 5 points for Glengarry Glen Ross. That's the right answer. Big ensemble cast. And Alec Baldwin comes in as this really, aggressive sales trainer for a bunch of real estate folks. What does the ABC stand for? Did anybody pounce on this?
Lots of pounces.
Lots of pounces. Okay, Sushmit, tell us, what is the ABC?
Always be closing.
Always be closing. Absolutely right. Always be closing. Yeah. So that's the mantra to sales guys, saying always be closing. So 5 points to Setu. And on the pounds?
10 to Ramesh.
Okay, well done.
10 to Subrata.
Well done.
10 to Susmit.
Well done, Sushmit.
10 to JK.
10 to JK, well done.
10 to Ajay.
10 to Ajay, well done. Okay, great. So now we go to Shubrata for his direct penultimate question of the round. Okay, Shubrata, simply identify both people and connect. Or identify at least one of them and give me a proper connection or story. Okay, I'll modify it. You don't have to identify both people. Identify one of them. One of the people is an actor. The other person is in a different profession, right? And so give me a connection. I mean, the connection should have the name of something from the world of entertainment.
Name of something, as in.
Yeah. Okay. To not muddle it too much, I need the name of a show.
Okay. So I am guessing that the show is. Hold on a second. Show.
Yeah. The name of show or series.
Okay. So yeah. Go on.
What all do you want, Winky?
One of the IDs of the two people, the name of a show, a TV show or a TV series, and a little couple of words to connect.
Okay.
I am thinking that this is the Big Bang Theory, and I don't know. One of the guys is basically the guy who wrote all the the equations that are there in Big Bang Theory.
Pieces behind Big Bang Theory. Nice guess, but not correct. So opening it out on pounds to the others. You can give me one of the two names. If you give both names, fantastic. And give me the name of a show and a little bit of a connection. Okay, pounce is open. I'll give this a little bit more time because there's a little bit more to write in this question. So, and we will be closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, no more pounces. Okay, Rishi, did who all pounced?
I got pounces from Susmit, Ajay, Ramesh, and JK.
Okay, Ramesh, tell us the answer.
This is Paul Giamatti, and this is from the TV series Billions. So Paul Giamatti acts as one of the people going after one of the hedge fund managers. I think that's the guy who's being shown on the left. I forgot the name of that guy.
Preet Bharara is the other guy.
Preet Bharara, that's correct. So Paul Giamatti's character, Chuck Rhodes, is modeled on real-life attorney Preet Bharara, who brought down Wall Street hedge funds, and this whole thing is in this wonderful TV show called Billions. Okay, so points?
10 to Susmit.
Okay.
10 to Ajay.
Okay.
10 to Ramesh.
Okay.
10 to JK.
10 to JK. Good. This round seems to have played right into Ajay and Sushmit's hands for sure, because they seem to be scoring.
Yeah. Don't jinx it.
All right. Okay. Last question, direct to Jayakanthan. Okay. JK, simple and straight for you. Identify the film and the real life person played by Joe Bernthal in the grey suit.
Yeah, this is Ford versus Ferrari and Lee Iacocca.
10 points. Take it. Ford versus Ferrari and Lee Iacocca is absolutely right. 10 points to JK. Okay, we have one last question in this round because we assume 9 people. So we'll open that question out on pounds to everybody, right? But plus 10, minus 5. So don't go for it if you don't want to, right? It's open for everyone. Identify this 2013 film based on a 2009 incident. Which company's name is involved with the centerpiece of this incident? Which is why it's in a biz quiz. We have to fit it somewhere like that. So, 2 things to tell me: the name of a film and the name of a company. The name of the film should be fairly easy. But also tell me what's the name of the company. If you know what the film is, think about the setting of the film and come up with a good guess on the company name. 5 more seconds. Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Closed. Rishi, who do we have pounces from?
Ramesh, Setu, JK, Ajay.
Ramesh, Setu, JK, and Ajay.
And Rabi also, sorry.
And Rabi. Okay. Setu, tell us what's the answer.
Captain Phillips and Musk.
That's the right answer. Take your 10 points. Captain Phillips and Musk. This is about the real life hijacking of the ship Musk, Alabama. So we had to bring in the business angle into this question. So Musk, right? Once you figured out Captain Phillips, of course, Tom Hanks is, kind of back goes to you, but I think it's a very iconic shot. So you would have figured that out. Points, Rishi?
10 to Ajay.
Okay.
10 to JK.
Okay.
10 to Setu.
Okay.
10 to Ramesh.
Okay.
Sorry, minus 5 to Ramesh. Minus 5 to Ramesh.
I was finally waiting to give at least one negative to somebody throughout this quiz. Thank you, Ramesh.
And minus 5 to Rabi.
Okay, at minus 5 to Rabi as well. Very good. So we end the note on a high. We end the round on a high. All right. Let's. Do we have console scores?
Yes, we do. So leading right now is JK with 102.
All right.
And Ajay is at 65.
Can you just go in order, please, Hatem?
All right, just a second. Okay, so Ajay is at 65.
All right.
Arun is at 5.
Okay.
JK is at 102.
Right.
Rabi is at 15.
15.
Ramesh is at 40.
40.
Setu is at 60.
60.
Subrata is at 65.
65.
And Susmit is at 50.
1-5 or 5-0?
5-0.
5-0. Great. Terrific comeback by Sushmit. What is Rabi's score?
Rabi is at 15. 1-5.
Ravi is at 1-5. All right. So we have JK in the lead right now at 102. We have Ajay and Subrato both at 65. And we had Setu at 60. These are the top 4 at the moment. But Ramesh and Sushmit are also in striking distance. And Arun and Ravi, who knows? There's still 9 questions left. So let's quickly go on to anti-clockwise. Same rules as the clockwise round. We start this time with Sushmit. All right, here we go. When in late 2019, Microsoft beat Amazon to the Pentagon's $10 billion cloud contracting deal, headline writers had a field day. The contract for developing joint enterprise defense infrastructure was regarded as a very prestigious one to win. The Washington Business Journal's headline captured it the best, terming it the dash dash, referencing a 2017 blockbuster. Here you need to give us a precise answer of the headline, 2 words of equal length, right? And I will also tell you that they were making this headline kind of from Amazon's perspective. Okay, they were making this headline from Amazon's perspective, and they took a 2017 film's name or part of a film's name and modified it. So Microsoft won this contract, beating out Amazon, who was kind of widely tipped to win. And the contract was for developing joint enterprise defense infrastructure. And so the headline was blank blank, 2 blanks of equal length, referencing a 2017 film. And the headline was written from kind of Amazon's, perspective, if you want to call it that. Question is direct with Sushmit. Ideal guy to get the question because, as you can see, there is an end connect to this question as well. So make a good guess.
Sorry, what connect?
There is an entertainment connect, obviously, because they've referenced a 2017 blockbuster film. So since that seems to be your cup of tea, try to make a guess.
Something to do with Star Wars.
Right. What to do with Star Wars? What are the blanks? That's all I'm looking for.
Empire Strikes.
Empire Strikes. Okay, nice guess. Not Empire Strikes. Subrato?
So I think this is the project was for Jedi, right? The Joint Enterprise Defense something. They lost, and I think the movie they're referencing is Last Jedi, and they basically said Lost Jedi.
Perfect. Take your 10 points. Well done. It is Lost Jedi. They were referencing Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Episode 8, and of course, like Subrato pointed out, Joint Enterprise Defense Infrastructure. So everybody started calling it Jedi, right? So nicely done, Sushmit. You started on the right track, but I think you didn't notice the Jedi part that put you off. But well done, Subrato. 10 points to you. You now move into a clear second place. And the question goes direct to Setu. Setu, simple one. Kenny G, unknown to many people, was an early investor in this company. In an interview, he also claimed that he was responsible for the company developing a now iconic product. There was another company that had something called Blended. It was a sweet drink, and I would always call and say, Howard, there's this thing that they do that's like a milkshake. The company founded by his friend Howard did indeed come out with something like a milkshake. So which company is this that was founded by his friend Howard? And what was this iconic offering of theirs?
This is Howard Schultz. So I'll say Starbucks.
Okay.
And I'll say Frappuccino.
Take your 10 points. Howard Schultz, Starbucks, and Frappuccino is correct. Well done. So the story is that Kenny G is the one, the legendary musician is the one who influenced or was behind the introduction of the Frappuccino from Starbucks. Well done. 10 points to Setu. Good quizzing. Question direct to Ramesh. Ramesh, the promotion of nature has a long tradition at this firm. This applies in particular to an avian species that Blank has been committed to protecting since the 1980s. In October 2015, they helped in opening the new Cranorama observation deck at Gunza Lake. The name of the lake might give you a good clue. It provides the surrounding national park with the first barrier-free access to an avian feeding ground. company officials have referred to the X as a symbol of this company's values. So which company or brand is this, and what is the X?
Is there a photo?
There is a picture which is not really going to help much. This is the observation deck that they created, right? So this is not really going to help. But I will tell you two things. One is concentrate on the name of the lake, like I said, etc. I'll also tell you that if you get the name of the brand, you will surely get what the X is. Very likely you'll get what the X is. And look at the observation deck's name as well.
I'll say Nokia.
Nokia, all right. And
it's not alien. I'll say the Arctic Tern.
Arctic Tern, all right. Interesting. Not Nokia and the Arctic Tern. Rabi?
This is Swarovski and Swan is the bird.
Swarovski and Swan. Nice guess, Rabi. Nice guess. JK?
So this is alien species. I'll say this is something to do with X is a pelican and the company is penguin.
Okay, penguin and pelican. All right. Question passes to Arun.
This is Nestle and a crane. This is stork or a crane.
Nestle and a crane. Okay. Question passes to Ajay.
Lufthansa and crane.
That's the right answer, Ajay. Well picked up. This is Lufthansa and crane, right? Lufthansa and crane. So Lufthansa has this commitment to nature and avian species and all that. And of course, we know that, the other bird-related connections to brand Lufthansa. So 5 points to Arun. Chronorama is crane and panorama, so German. So that's correct. And Lufthansa. So 5 to Arun and 10 to Ajay on that. Question comes back to Sushmit. Sushmit, on May 20, 2020, to coincide with United Nations World Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development, the company announced that they would be releasing a new product titled Colors of the World from July in a 24 or 32 count pack. The products themselves will be wrapped in a label with names like light golden, deep almond, and medium deep rose in English, Spanish, and French. Which company is this? And what are these new products all about? Or what are they trying to create specific awareness about? I'll just give you one additional clue saying this company's products are pretty much targeted at
No hints, no hints.
one particular demographic. So they released something called Colors of the World. They said it would come either in a 24 or 32 count pack. And there would be names like light golden, deep almond, and medium deep rose.
You want the, is this like coloring crayons or?
I need a brand name.
Crayola, crayons.
Okay, Crayola. And what are these specifically these new products about?
Crayons?
No, I mean like why these names, or why have they come up with this new range, and why did they kind of announce it on Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development Day and so on?
Whole fund of skin color, blah blah.
Skin color. That's all I wanted. Take your 10 points. That is correct. Crayola, and for children to be able to draw realistic skin tones, right? Because the range of skin colors that exist are quite wide, and existing Crayola color ranges don't correspond to all possible skin colors. So they came up with this research and came up with these new range of skin colors. Well done, Sushmit. 10 points to you. Nicely done. Well worked out. Subrata, your question. The 2015 edition of the Blank Open, an annual event in November for its most important stakeholders, was held in Paris, partly to highlight the city's importance to the company. The fact that it was held in Paris is, not super important. It's just there. The event had many programs, including by a then relatively unknown X, who gave a talk about how to arrange a house and make it as welcoming as possible to the guest. So fill in the blank. And who is X?
So X is definitely Airbnb. Right?
I'm just clarifying. The blank is the name of the organization, company, brand, whatever that put together this annual event for its stakeholders. X is a person. X is a person.
X is a person.
X is a person, yeah. So you can take your guess again. That's why I wanted to clarify. So X is a person. The blank is the name of the company or brand or organization, whatever you want to call it, which put together this event for its stakeholders.
Okay, so I am guessing that the blank is Airbnb and the person is Chesky, Brian Chesky.
Brian Chesky, all right. Passing you to Setu.
That was exactly my guess too. Okay, I'll say IKEA.
IKEA.
And yeah, no idea on X.
No idea on X. Okay, Ramesh.
This is Airbnb and Marie Kondo.
That gets you 10 points, Ramesh. Well done. It's Airbnb and Marie Kondo, right? So Marie Kondo, who later became famous on Netflix, all that, talking about decluttering and so on. Actually, way back in 2015 itself, had been a invited speaker at the Airbnb Open, conference or festival. Nicely done. 5 points to Subrata and 10 points to Ramesh on Airbnb and Marie Kondo. Question to Ravi. Ravi, in 2016, this company announced that it was introducing an artificial intelligence system called Eleanor. It was first shown as part of a concept vehicle and named in tribute to something that has graced every vehicle the company has ever built. Which company and why was the AI system called Eleanor?
So this is Rolls-Royce.
Yeah.
And the Spirit of Ecstasy is based on Eleanor Thornton or somebody. Okay.
That's not or somebody, based on Eleanor Thornton only,
yeah,
and get you your 10 points. Absolutely right. So this is Rolls-Royce, and the AI system of Rolls-Royce is proposed to be called Eleanor because the hood on every Rolls-Royce car is called the Spirit of Ecstasy, and it's modeled after a person called Eleanor Thornton. Of course, many of you may have read recent news about Rolls-Royce rebranding itself and trying to become more contemporary, and there's going to be a little bit of change to the Spirit of Ecstasy figurine as well. But well done, Ravi. That gets you 10 points. The anti-clock is certainly proving to be easier. Jayakanthan, your question. The Harkin-Engel Protocol, also known as the X Protocol, is an international agreement aimed at ending the worst forms of child labor and forced labor in an industry. Signed in September 2001, it prescribes a comprehensive 6-point problem-solving approach along with a time-bound process for eliminating the problem. One of the criticisms of the protocol is that it specifically targets only a few African countries while leaving out the bigger offenders like Brazil, Indonesia, and so on. Which industry is the protocol targeted at? So I just need one word. Which industry?
Okay.
Is the Go ahead, JK.
Some kind of a mining industry, diamond mining.
Diamond mining, not diamond mining. Passing to Arun.
I'm with chocolate.
Chocolate is good enough. Take your points. Chocolate or cocoa is the right answer, right? Which lots of use of child labor in processing chocolate or cocoa, right from the time the seeds are plucked and so on. And so Brazil and Indonesia were clues for you to get along that angle. Well done, Arun. 10 points to you. Question to Ajay. 3 questions left. 2 questions left. Sorry, Ajay. Paris Plages is the name given to the yearly transformation of sections of the Seine River into man-made beaches. In 2020, this misleadingly named brand, and I'll come to that, sponsored a unique initiative where people can enjoy an experience which they've been missing otherwise during COVID times. While 38 families can do this while sitting in a specially designed electric vehicle, others can experience this from deck chairs on the beach. The first one that was there as part of this initiative was something called Le Grand Bain. Okay. So tell me, what is this all about? So what is this experience that they're trying to give to people? Which brand is this? Now, the brand is not a French brand or anything like that. It's an internationally well-known brand, but the brand's name is very misleading. Seeing the name of the brand, you will think that it is from one part of the world, but it's actually not. Right? So these are pretty much two independent answers. It's just the brand was just trying to kind of cash in on the general visibility that is there during Paris Pledges. Paris Pledges is an annual affair in the summer, right? So where they take the sections of the Seine River and make man-made beaches out of it. So which brand is this? It's an international brand, and seeing the name of the brand, you would think that it's from one part of the world, whereas it's actually not.
Any hints on the brand?
No, so it's a consumable brand. It's a consumable brand. But it's also an often asked quiz question in the past that, this brand would make you think that it is, the name of the brand would make you think that it is from one part of the world, whereas it's not at all. In fact, that's the reason why this brand was named so. Just so that consumers could think that it's very exotic and so on. So which brand is this and what is this entire initiative about?
Okay, I'll guess. La Grande Bain is a movie, so I'll say watching cinema.
Okay.
Right, that's the sort of experience that they're going for.
Right.
Second part, I'll just say Haagen-Dazs.
And take your 10 points. Well done. Yes, this is a floating cinema, right? La Grande Bain, like you rightly picked up. Actually, I wanted to italicize it, but I left it behind without doing that. Is a floating cinema. So they have these electric vehicles. Up to 6 people from the same family can sit in the Seine River and watch this cinema being screened, the film being screened on a big screen that floats over the Seine, and people can do that on deck chairs like on a beach. And it is Haagen-Dazs, named an American brand named to evoke very Scandinavian type connections. Well done, Ajay. Nicely worked out. 10 crucial points to you. And we come to the last question of this quiz. And so I'd like to say thank you very much to all of you for taking out time, attempting our prelims and being here for our semi-final. I think we're headed for a very close finish. 4 people qualify. I don't know what the scores are. We'll reveal that after the final question is done. The final question goes to Sushmit. Sushmit, here is a 2-part question coming up for you again. Looking to stand out in the crowded beverage market in the 2000s, this brand hit upon a brilliant insight: the growing frustration among youth that few had addressed. The campaign, which launched in 2007, was an immediate hit, and the brand even geared itself towards mobilizing young people to hold the government accountable. In 2011, the campaign got an unexpected boost thanks to events in the real world, right? Events in the real world in India. All this is in India, right? So which campaign is this? I need a 2-word name for the campaign along with the brand that launched the campaign, and what happened in 2011.
Is this Taza?
Taza. Are you giving me the campaign name, brand name, what?
Yeah, I mean the tea, the Taza tea.
Okay.
Jago.
No, make up your mind. Give me one answer. What is the name of the campaign?
Name of the campaign is Jago.
I need a 2-word name for the campaign. Once again, we are in a double indemnity situation here.
Wait.
Also tell me what happened in 2011.
Okay, Jago Ray, Tata Tea.
All right.
Taza. 2011. Nota.
Okay, nice guess. Passing to Subrato.
So it's Jagore and that entire Anna Hazare campaign of, holding the government to thing and all that happened.
Well finished by Subrato. Nice boundary of the last ball to finish it. This is Tata T's Jagore campaign, and Anna Hazare's India Against Corruption movement started gaining lots of attention, and the Jagore campaign could kind of nicely dovetail into that. Okay, nicely done. 5 points to Sushmit, who finally remembered everything and pulled out Jagore, and the full 10 points to Shubrato for telling us the Anna Hazare part as well. And that, folks, is the end of the quiz. Let's listen to what the final scores are.
Okay, so alphabetical order.
Yeah.
So Ajay is at 85.
85.
Arun is at 15.
Arun at 15.
JK is at 102.
But anyway, it's okay.
Sorry. What happened? Arun's at?
Okay, Arun is at 20.
20.
Yeah, Arun is at 20. JK is at 102.
JK is at 102.
And Rabi is at 25.
Rabi is at 25.
Ramesh is at 50.
Ramesh is at 50.
Setu is at 70.
Setu is at 70.
Subrata got the last question right. He's at 90.
90.
And Susmit is at 65.
Sushmit is at 65. So qualifiers into the grand finale of the Nexus Biz Quiz. Winning the open semi-final is Jayakantan from Chennai with 102 points. Runners-up is Subrata Das from Novartis on 90 points. In third place is Ajay Parshuraman from Bangalore at 85 points. And in a pretty close finish, just edging out Ramesh on 50 points and Sushmit on 65 points is Setu Madhavan on 70 points. Well done. Sushmit, very, very close. If you had given the full answer for the last one, you would have actually tied for fourth place. And Ramesh, very close as well. Couple of answers. The Parker fanning, I think, kind of cost you there. And very well played by Arun and Rabi as well. So thank you very much, folks.